Hello everyone. So I've received our first homework request from a fellow student, Rain, and she wanted to just get some pointers on how to factor once you get to a certain stage of this problem. So this is like number 12 in the linear equations homework 1.1. Hopefully you started as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is multiply both sides by the denominator of our left-hand side here. So that's going to be a minus 4 on both sides. Now what that's going to cause is the denominator to be canceled on the left-hand side. And what we're left with is just x equals. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and just use the distributive property here. So I'm going to distribute that term to those two. So I would get a squared x minus 4ax. All right. And then I'm going to distribute the 5 through both of these terms as well. So then that's going to be plus 5a minus 20. All right, so just double checking my work. I multiply both sides by a minus 4. It canceled out the denominator on the left-hand side. We found ourselves in a distributive property scenario. So multiplying ax times a gives me a squared x. All right, multiplying ax times negative 4, I get negative 4ax. And then taking the 5 and multiplying it by a and negative 4, I get positive 5a. And then finally negative 20. Now what you want to do here, you're going to want to get all of your x terms on the same side so that you can factor out that x. All right, and it doesn't really matter which side you take everything to. I think the path of least resistance is to move a squared x and 4ax to the other side. All right, so that's what we'll do here. That's all coming to the left-hand side. They cancel out over here. And where we end up is, let's see, we have x minus a squared x plus 4ax equals 5a minus 20. All right. Now, at this point, what we want to do, we want to go ahead and factor out an x. All right, so we have an x term or an x in each term of the left-hand side. So one of these days I will, and you can remind me in class the next time you see me, but I have a sort of spiel about how to factor anything out of anything. So feel free to raise your hand and say, could you explain to us how to factor anything out of anything? But at this point, we factor that x out. We have a 1 minus a squared plus 4a. And again, you know you factored this out correctly if you can multiply your x back through, and it ends up being what you started off with. Okay, so now at this point we need to get the x completely by itself, so we're going to divide both sides by 1 minus a squared plus 4a. All right, 1 minus a squared plus 4a. And you know, you may want to write that the right-hand side denominator a bit different. It really is up to you. But I'm just going to leave it like this. I don't see an advantage of writing it any different. So we wound up with x equals 5a minus 20 over 1 minus a squared plus 4a. I hope this helps. Peace.